Alright. We are... Oh, wow, still on the investigation. Not you. We're done with you. February 9th. Hasakura Temple. Courtyard. Question marks? Sounds like someone's happy. What tune is that they're humming? Oh, this is... okay. No motive, no crime. No motive, no crime. Sing it with me. No motive, no crime. I remember when we used to search in the channeling room in Corinne. Whoop! Ha! I love my job. Who cares if the clues I find are no good? That's not what investigating's all about. The investigator investigates for the love of investigating. It's a passion. Good cases we have, good cases we've lost along the way. I would have never guessed that Gumshoe was into reggae. Oh, well, that didn't happen at all. I'm gonna assume that was reggae. What? There's no way that actually translated. What would that have been? Maybe it was just Japanese hip-hop in the original? I feel like the go-to is that they're like enka singers. Like they're really going for it when they make this kind of joke. Like anime and like. But I feel like that can't have been what it was if the localization team went with reggae. Okay, well if it's supposed to be reggae, every case is gonna be airtight. Every case is gonna be airtight. See, I feel like you can't really do... I'm sure people could do a cappella reggae, but... Hey, pal. Huh? Who, me? How long have you been there? I just got here. Oh, okay. So what are you up to, detective? I'm investigating, pal. I made a promise to Mr. Edgeworth. I promised I would find the real murder weapon. The real murder weapon? That barbed sword thing turned out to be a false lead, right? Well, I'm giving it my best shot here, but I still haven't turned up any clues. I just found these weird scraps of paper. It looks like a letter or something. Doesn't seem to have anything to do with the case, though. A letter? Oh, these all... Oh, probably because I have, like, gumshoe analysis here. You get quite a bit of snow up here on Eagle Mountain. Around here, skis aren't just for fun. They're tools for getting around. But the sled, now that's gotta be for Bikini's own personal entertainment. The main gate's on the other side of that stone wall. The difference in elevation is almost 10 feet. That's how steep this hillside is. It's also the height the body fell from, according to the autopsy. Is it possible that Miss Donin was pushed from the top of the wall? I don't get how this is not a stepladder joke. Like, I guess it's because there's no Maya here. But I don't know. It makes me sad. There are a few of these stone lanterns scattered around in this courtyard. Without the city glare to compete with, I imagine they would seem a lot brighter. I guess Sister Bikini must light them now, since Iris can't be here. Miss Domnim's staff. I definitely remember there being a crystal sphere attached to the staff. I guess Larry eventually found the sphere near the foot of Dusky Bridge, but what was it doing all the way out there? The Shichishito. It's there in Mystic Ami's right hand. It was proven in court today that it wasn't the murder weapon. Given the design, it must have been used for some pretty gruesome things in the past. Alright, well, guess all we need to do is talk with Gumshoe. I feel like we've already presented everything to Gumshoe, right? Oh yes, Morgan Fay's daughter and Iris's twin sister. Her father deals in jewelry, apparently. Who could this be? Do you know, Gumshoe? What about this, Detective Gumshoe? Any thoughts?
Yeah, well, it's pretty chilly today, huh? My brain doesn't work properly in the cold.
Perhaps we'll just have to wait until summer when it's warmer? Summer being...
Oh no, my brain doesn't work properly in the heat. I'm kinda weak in the head.
There are some things you're better off not advertising, Gumshoe.
Well, I've seen this lady someplace before. Isn't she that jaw-droppingly large strawberry dessert woman? Oh yeah, she's Pearl Fay's mother, right?
I am legitimately astonished. Gumshoe could actually remember that. That's right.
She was involved in that incident in Karain Village last year, wasn't she? Hey, she was the one who did it.
Why doesn't he think his whole thought through before opening his mouth?
Yeah, that was one ugly case, huh, pal?
Was? I don't know. The more we look at this case, the more I feel like that one never ended.
She's locked up safe in solitary confinement at the detention center, though. At least we can rule her out of this case.
Oh, well, there we go. Okay, I think last time we saw Gumshoe, we had Edgeworth up to? I think we did. Maybe not. You know, I moved overseas. Okay, probably look cool, yeah. Okay, I definitely remember that line. And I think this might be the only one he didn't know.
That thing must have been worn by the victim. There's no other way of looking at it.
Yeah, okay, no, we've read that one too. Okay. I do not know that thing with Morgan Fay was new, though. Because I don't think we got to do that before, so. Talk. The investigation. So how's the investigation going, Detective Gumshoe?
I don't know if I should be telling you, pal, but I guess it can't hurt. Looks like the murder took place in the inner temple garden. And they're taking that bloody writing on the lantern pretty seriously back at HQ.
I mean, they always take bloody writing serious, and it is always not actually relevant. What? You mean?
I don't have the details, pal. All I know is you don't find Maya down in that sacred cavern. We're gonna be faced with one ugly situation.
What kind of ugly situation are we looking at here?
You got me. I don't know. They're not my words, pal.
Then who said it?
Mr. Godot.
Godot? What did he mean by that? I'll kick his ass, that son of a bitch. The letter. About that letter you found.
Don't remind me, pal. I'm busting a gut here trying to find the murder weapon. And all I find is some burnt up old letter.
Burnt up old letter?
Yeah, it was in that incinerator right outside the inner temple.
Alright. That says, be careful. Once night as, maybe? Should be there. As soon as you heat the light? Host the light? Out bell. Oh, as soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her. Spirit, leave everything up to her. Ooh, intriguing. The incinerator? I knew it. I knew I wasn't imagining it. There was snow in the incinerator when I first saw it. But after the incident, the snow had melted away, which means someone used the incinerator on the night of the murder.
What's up with you, pal? I've got it right here if you want to take a look.
Can I? Do you mind?
Sure, go nuts. I don't want it, pal. You can have it. It's all spirit mediums and masters and stuff. I bet it's got no relation to the case.
Gumshoe, it's helping us right now. But my man, this case involves... Actually, in fairness, he doesn't know that. Because I think we're the only ones right now, well, and Bikini, that know that Elise was Mystic Misty. This is still a stupid statement, but it's not as dumb as it could be. He has a bit of an excuse. Spirit mediums? Burnt letter added to the court record. It's gotta be important if it mentions spirit mediums and masters. I better give it a good looking over and some serious thoughts.
Make sure you chuck it in the trash when you're done. Littering's a crime, pal.
Alright. Found my gumshoe in the inner temple incinerator. Once night falls, be careful. Once night falls, should be there. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Leave everything up to her. Her name is Myrrh. She is our... I think it's ally there, but the whole... Here is a picture of her. Use it when you channel her. I know you can do it. Once this is, burn the... Also make... Tell anyone about this letter. Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. I arrived slightly late to burn notes. Hey, Captain. I love the escalation here. He's like, oh, well, my fault should be there. His last badge must challenge spirit, everything up to her. This is, you know, pretty innocent. Name is, she's our ally, the whole picture of her, use it when you channel her. I know you can do it. Okay. I mean, honestly, this doesn't even seem that suspicious right now. Once this is burn the, so obviously once this is burn the letter, that's a little bit suspicious. Also make sure not to tell anyone about this letter. Okay. Also fair. Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. The fires of Hades. I mean, it's just fires of hell, but localized. Right. I don't know. I mean, I guess you're not supposed to say hell. I feel like you should be able to get a pass. Murder weapon. So what do you know about the real murder weapon so far?
Well, it wasn't the Shichishito that was found impaled in the victim's body. Mr. Edgeworth proved that in court today.
Yes, that's true. As could anyone who's actually looked at that thing.
In which case, it must have been another blade.
And that's what you're running around like a headless chicken looking for now, huh?
Yeah, and man, is it tiring work. But let me tell you something, pal. I'm no chicken. We've got the feather of forensics in our cap these days. We're using the department's secret weapon on this.
Missile? Secret weapon? Okay, before we do missile, we must get more context on this burnt letter. I didn't say anything else new about that. Okay, that's fine. What's the secret weapon of yours? Is it an adorable dog?
You wanna know? You gotta think scientifically, okay?
I guess it's probably actually the metal detector, but I want it to be missile. Alright.
The murder weapon was a sword. Swords are, scientifically speaking, made of metal, right? Any questions so far?
No. I know what he's gonna say, but I'll let him look smart.
So what's the perfect tool for the job? Ta-da! A metal detector.
There are also sticks which dogs love. I know, right? Also, it might have blood on there, which a dog could sniff out. Raise your hand if you didn't see this coming from a mile away.
Well, you want to give scientific investigation a go?
Huh? Me?
I've been using this thing for hours now. It gets pretty boring after a while. Why don't you give it a try?
I don't know. Should I help Detective Gumshoe out or not? Play forensics expert. Save it for later. Play forensics expert.
Come on, pal. It's good fun, I'm telling you.
Alright then. I guess I'll give it a go.
Like I said, this is the department's most advanced gadget. The absolute best. It's so sensitive, you could make it cry. It's so high-tech, you could skydive off it.
Alright. It's just a metal detector, Gumshoe. They're not that high tech.
Oh, bother. So, now I'm gonna tell you how to use it. It's possible the real murder weapon is around here somewhere, right?
Sure. That's what we're trying to find out.
Right. So first, let's turn the detector on. That's the sound of the metal detector's signal bouncing off of something metallic. Next, move the detector around and give this courtyard a good look-see, pal. Don't worry, this baby will let you know when you've hit something metallic. And when that happens, press the A button to give the area a good hard stare. This thing picks up metallic things that are hidden from sight, too. Take a look at everything that seems suspicious, okay, pal?
Is this the secret of the stepladder conversation?
Look, a ladder.
That's a stepladder.
What's the difference? Looks like a normal ladder to me, pal.
Surely everyone knows the difference. I mean, they're pretty ordinary objects.
I've met plenty of guys like you, always picking on the smallest details. The vegetable store guy near my place does it all the time. He even corrects me when I ask for a head of lettuce. That's a cabbage, he says. I'm telling you, they're the exact same thing.
No, they aren't, Gumshoe. No, they're not. They're completely different.
You have to plant both of them firmly in the ground before they can grow, don't you? Listen, you gotta take a step back and look at the bigger picture sometimes. Otherwise, you could miss a really important clue. That's advice from a pro, pal.
Last person I need advice from is this guy in front of me. I shall peek in a bit before bed. Hey, Katie. Is this helping you stay awake? Okay, so that's kind of annoying. It's just a pair of skis. Nothing useful for our case here.
I'm actually pretty good on skis, you know, pal. I just love to fly down the slopes with my coat fluttering in the wind.
Really? I had no idea. How good are you then?
Well, I'm better on skis than I am on skates, but not as good as when I'm on a snowboard.
That's a pretty detailed answer.
Oh, but you know what I'm best at? Making mashed potatoes and gravy.
The guy's losing it. Must be the altitude. You better get back to the investigation. That's odd. This sled's made of plastic.
It says bikini #1 on the side.
Maybe there's something under it. Hey, what's this? A badge?
Aha! I've been hunting high and low for that.
It's yours, detective?
That thing's priceless to a guy like me, pal. A cop can't be a cop without his badge. I'm sure glad I put that dime in there now.
How did you manage to drop your badge here of all places?
I know. I bet it happened this morning. I was playing around with the sled and...
Stop right there. I don't need to hear any more. I think these are also the skis.
That Shichishito next to the golden statue wasn't the real murder weapon, pal.
Yeah, I know. I just thought I'd check it again anyway.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Do you know about that sword? It's supposed to represent the multiple branches that life can take, all ending as one.
Yes, I heard something about that.
You know what I think about sometimes? what kind of life I'd be leading had I not joined the homicide division.
You think about that kind of stuff, detective?
Of course I do. I think about it a lot. Me as a traffic cop, me as a detention.
Okay, I think this is actually the same thing as if you present the Shishishito sword to him.
Me as a detention officer, me as the Blue Badger.
Something to be said about the humor value of Gumshoe as the Blue Badger. Looks like there's something round buried in the ground here.
Don't touch that, pal.
Huh? What is it?
It's a trap. People set them out to catch us detectives. They're real nasty.
A trap? For detectives? You mean like those fierce traps with sharp teeth that are supposed to snag your leg? Why don't you call them a bear trap? What?
Yeah, those. I got my finger caught in one of those ones.
Your finger?
There was this bit of cheese, and it looked so tasty. I reached out, and then, bam!
Oh, Gumshoe. You would get caught in a mousetrap. Not sure I know how to respond to a story as stupidly pitiful as that. Hmm. What's this? A pen?
Hey, I've been looking all over for that, pal.
Huh? It's yours?
Yeah, my old man gave it to me when I qualified as a detective. He told me it'd be good for sticking in suspects' faces.
That makes you detectives sound really nasty.
It's my dream to stick it in your face one day, right?
Then don't go losing it. Trying to figure out what is not the thing. Is it secretly her staff? That makes no sense, though. This looks like a wallet?
Aha! That's where it's been.
Is it yours, detective?
I'm always dropping it, so I put a bell on it.
But you still dropped it anyway.
Yeah, but now I found it again, pal.
Your wallet is completely empty.
Well, I drop it all the time, so I don't put money in it anymore.
How come the metal detector picked it up?
Must be because of the bell, I guess.
Honestly, mood? What is the mood to? The idea that he drops his wallet all the time, so we put a bell on it? I hope it's not the fact that he just doesn't put money in it anymore, but I can kind of understand that too. All of the wallet talk. That's fair. I would think he would still, because we know that. Well, actually, Gumshoe might not have a driver's license anymore. I assume he still has, though. Like, even if you get in a crash while driving legally and stuff like that, as long as you didn't, like, severely wound someone, which Gumshoe didn't, I don't think it would give you all your points taken away. Although, I don't know, maybe it doesn't over there. Aw, crap. Was it actually the staff? That makes sense. The other thing's that this is Miss Donim's staff, isn't it?
Scientifically speaking, they're usually made of wood.
But the detective's reacting to it.
Yeah, but however you look at it, the thing's made of wood, alright? I don't bother investigating anything unless it looks like it might be metallic.
Trent is hyper strict on driving laws. Yeah. So it could very well be that he actually lost his license for that accident he got in. Because I think he even mentioned at the time he was driving through a red light. So it was super his fault. Isn't the whole point of a metal detector to find metal where you can't see it?
It's weird that this thing is causing a racket.
Here, let me take a look at it.
Hey, hands off. Examining evidence is a job for the...
Oh, they broke it. Ah, the top is coming off.
Look what you've done. You've damaged a really important piece of evidence.
Oh,
Th- That's
a, a sword.
inside the staff.
Is this? Could it be?
The murder weapon?
Oh, I can't. Okay, that's fine. I should have realized. I didn't actually remember that being. That's not true, actually. I feel like I did remember something about that a little bit. This hasn't even updated yet, either. Murder weapon. I'd never have guessed it'd be a sword concealed in the victim's staff.
They call this kind of thing a sword cane, pal. This one's a real gem. The workmanship is really something else. Thank goodness it wasn't a cane sword, or else the victim would have stabbed her own foot.
I officially give up on trying to figure out how Gumshoe's mind works. The real scene of the crime was the inner temple garden. Then why was the sword used to kill the victim found in the main hall courtyard? Hey, Gumshoe. Who knows about the hidden sword?
No one. Even the police didn't know about this until I discovered it just now.
Well, as they say, there's no team in Gumshoe. Doesn't look like there are any traces of blood on it.
Then I guess this isn't the murder weapon, huh?
Phoenix Wright, murder follows Maya around. I think people would carry weapons around with them just in case. Like, Elise, which we know is actually Misty Maya's mom, was like, man, my daughter keeps getting accused of murder and other crimes. I should make sure I carry a piece on me. But I can't really have a gun here, so I guess what I'll do is have a sword cane. No, no, no. I'm sure someone just wiped it off after the murder.
Yeah, of course. This thing's definitely the murder weapon. Great job, pal.
About the same length as the Shichishito, too. This must be the murder weapon.
Okay, I'm gonna run it over to forensics. There's gotta be some traces of blood left, even if most of it has been wiped off. See you later, pal. Every case is gonna be airtight. Oh, every case is gonna be airtight.
Wait up, detective. Huh?
Huh? What is it, pal? I'm a pretty busy guy right now, you know.
Also, they claim that he hums based on reggae, which I am incapable of replicating that sound in his voice in an a cappella version. I just can't get the idea of a sleepy Caribbean beat through while also doing all the other stuff. You're going to get that staff analyzed, right? Would you mind holding off for just a while?
Huh? What are you talking about, pal?
Please. Just until we find Maya.
Maya? What's this got to do with her?
I don't know, but I'm starting to get a really bad feeling in the pit of my stomach.
Oh, how so?
Look, Maya's trapped inside the sacred cavern right now, and, well, I don't even know if she's okay or not. The more evidence and testimony I hear, the more uneasy I feel.
You don't think Maya's been
Please, detective. Let's just wait until we can get inside the sacred cavern.
You're looking kind of iridian there. Okay. Just stop it with that face, pal. One thing, though. This staff's secret trick. Let's keep it between you and me, alright? If it gets out that we knew about it and didn't say anything, we're finished.
Why? The prosecution does that all the fucking time. Also, I do that all the fucking time. No, hold on, Gumshoe. Even you basically do this all the time. How many times do you not understand a part of your piece of evidence, and you just get your salary cut? I understand. I'm lying by saying that, but I understand.
This is just a regular, run-of-the-mill staff. You got it? Okay, now you take good care of it, pal.
Thank you, Detective.
Don't worry. She'll be fine.
Gumshoe.
You know, there's a place at the base of this mountain that has some really good pasta. How about I take you there when you find Maya, huh, pal?
Okay, Gumshoe, but you definitely cannot afford to pick up that check, so. Sure. Thanks. Victim staff received from Detective Gumshoe for safekeeping. Has a sword hidden inside. No one knows this except me and Detective Gumshoe. Can't help but wonder, though, what was Elise Stoneham doing with a staff like this in the first place?
I still can't believe it, pal. I never have guessed there was a sword in that thing. Sure, there isn't any blood left on it, but there's a good chance this is the murder weapon, pal.
But this is Miss Stoneham staff, right? That would mean she was killed with her own weapon.
I guess so.
There's something else that's bothering me, too.
Oh, what's that, pal?
Miss Stoneham was an author and an illustrator, right? So what was she doing carrying a sword around with her?
That's a good question. I guess maybe there was some weird backstory going on where she was secretly like a mystic part of a reclusive organization and she might have been scared for her life because her daughter's a constant fuck up getting accused of murder, so she figured she should have a weapon.
Well, no.
And there's gotta be a good answer to it, I guess. Good luck finding it, pal.
I'm beginning to see why he receives the salary he does. All right. Not you. Well, Gumshoe gets it. Oh, I didn't actually talk to you about... Or did I? Did this come up?
Now I think about it, I do kind of feel sorry for Mystic Morgan. It wasn't her fault that her sister was a more powerful spirit medium. Mystic Morgan just couldn't compete with her sister.
This is not exactly the voice I was doing for her, but whatever.
It must have been really tough on her.
Even so, that doesn't excuse all the things she did.
No, of course not.
Ah, whatever. That was all. I shouldn't have even done that, but did not mean to go there. My bad. Let's leave here again. To the main gate. To the suspension bridge. To Heavenly Hall? February 9th. Heavenly Hall. I was expecting Larry and Pearls to be here. I guess they must have gone to collect firewood. I suppose I'll have to check back later. Okay. Inner temple gate. Guarded. I don't think I want to do this. Training hall? Do I have enough stuff to break her psych lock now? I feel like usually, though, when you have enough... But not always, I guess. Whatever, if we don't, I can always undo it. The night of the crime. I think it's time you told the truth about what you were doing on that night. You said you were in your room at Hazakura Temple the entire time. Do you still claim that to be the truth?
Yes, that's where I was.
Iris, I believe you're innocent. That's why I want to believe what you're telling me, too. But I can't, because this person saw you somewhere else on the night of the murder. It's gotta be Bikini, right? Because Pearl, we haven't talked. I don't think Pearl mentioned it. I'm talking about Sister Bikini, of course. Sister Bikini. Her testimony in court today was very clear.
Mother! That night I was helping an acolyte with her training in the inner temple, but, well, as you can see, my back likes to act up violently. So I left Iris to help the acolyte and returned to Hasakura Temple.
Come on, game. I know it's not your fault, but Sister Bikini didn't just see you. She spoke with you. You two talked about Maya's training that night. So you see, Iris, you were there at the inner temple on the night of the murder. That's very impressive, Mr. Wright. The Acolyte's actual training was due to start at 10 o'clock that night. I left the main hall early, so I wouldn't be late. What time was that? Let me see. It takes about 20 minutes to walk between the main hall and the inner temple. So, I would have left at about 9:40 p.m., I think. I'm sorry, Iris, but lying just doesn't suit you. Huh? Now, you say you left the main temple at the main hall at 9:40 p.m., but what you say doesn't add up with this. Is it the... Is it snow? 9:40... or is it the hood? See before lights out bell, night of the crime, evil spirits. Is it her? Oh god. This is the problem with doing a case like this. It's not the Magatama for sure, it's not that. Oscar Temple map. It's not the Hanging Scroll. It's not Shuchido, victim staff. Her autopsy report. At 10 p.m. Taken that night. I don't think it could be the tracks photo. Unless maybe... I mean, we've got the health to play around with. Courtyard. I don't think it's the courtyard. It's probably not Larry's sketch. Crystal Sphere. At least own him. I don't think it's the burnt letter. See before the lights out bell. I mean, is that when we met him? Met her? I don't remember, but I think that was like right before the bell. Okay. You yourself testified to the contrary, don't you remember? You said you rang the lights out bell at 10 o'clock that night. Ah. Plus, only moments before you rang that bell, you were seen at the main hall by the most reliable witness I have. Who's that? Me. Is this an accurate statement from Phoenix? Is Phoenix the most accurate witness he has? On one hand, I want to say Phoenix is too much of a goober for that to be the truth. But on the other hand, when I think of all the other witnesses he cross-examines. Mr. Wright, we even spoke a little that evening. That's when you gave me this. Surely you haven't forgotten. No. That's right. I remember. And that brings us to another puzzling fact, Iris. At 10 o'clock on the night of the murder, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time. It's time you told me exactly what's been going on, Iris. So far, I've managed to prove 2 things. First, on the night of the incident, you were at the inner temple. And second, at the exact same time, you were ringing the bell at Hasakura Temple. There's only one possible explanation for this apparent impossibility. There were 2 of you. On the night of the incident, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time, which means there must have been 2 of you. I can't think of any other explanation, Iris. But that's crazy. How could that be? There's only one of me. It's impossible. Impossible? I wonder. The way you're trembling certainly seems to suggest otherwise. Gulp. You're seriously trying to suggest there's more than one of me? Then show me the evidence. Show me something that proves there is more than one of me. Crap. He's always like oddly more confident when he's interrogating with the Magatama. Yeah, it is kind of interesting. I guess because it's directly like a trial thing. I get the feeling this is not going to work because we don't actually have it filled in. But maybe I'm wrong and this is how it fills in. Mr. Wright, you said there was another me. I was kind of expecting someone who looked like me, you know? I guess so. In that case, are you saying that I look like this person? Well, I can't say with 100% certainty, but... Can you show me something you are 100% certain about, then? I really need to get to the bottom of this. She is determined to hide something from me. Can't drag it out of her unless I can show her some irrefutable evidence. Never mind, I retract my former statement. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I don't mean to be uncooperative, but you're seriously trying to suggest there's more than one of me. Okay. Alright, you know what? I should have realized. Do you have anything? Okay. This is the dumbest extra step we need to do. I get the feeling that probably I need to present these. Yeah. Think about this. Yeah. Alright. Edgeworth. Apparently it's not enough that I know she has a twin sister. Can you explain to me Dahlia Hawthorne? Hey, Edgeworth. Did you know that Iris had a twin sister? What? A twin? You can't be serious. Sister Bikini told me. But the problem is, she didn't know the name of this twin. There was nothing about Iris having a sister in the files I checked. Well, Iris was taken in by the temple when she was really young. Apparently her sister was raised by her father. A jeweler, I think. A jeweler? Right. I just might know who this twin sister of hers is. You know, since we know that Phoenix... I don't know, I feel like Phoenix could have actually gone here on his own. It's a little bit weird that you have to go to Edgeworth, but it does kind of help Edgeworth get his own closure on the case a little bit, I guess. I had a feeling you'd say that. And I guess Phoenix actually has the idea here, but he needs confirmation, which is why he went to his boyfriend, I mean Edgeworth. Let me guess. Her name is Dahlia Hawthorne, right? I freaking hate you, Phoenix. You lost health because you were mean and didn't do the right thing, and I'm mad at you, sir. Yes, exactly. I thought it was actually Daria Hawthorne, but I'm not so good with names, you know. Please tell me what you know about her, Edgeworth. Please. It was my first court case 6 years ago. I was a greenhorn, and due to my inexperience, the defendant died. You're talking about Terry Falls, right? You know about that case. You're not the only one who noticed something about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne. I checked one of Mia's old files from 6 years ago. Yes, Dahlia was a key witness in that case.
Dahlia and Terry Falls conspired together to stage a fake kidnapping 11 years ago. Sploosh, spleesh. They stole a jewel worth $2 million from Dahlia's father, a jeweler. And 5 years after that, she murdered her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne, to keep her from talking.
Her sister?
Well, her stepsister, actually. They weren't blood related. Valerie was the only daughter of Dahlia's father's second wife.
Oh, and this is when she entered my life. The woman who tried to kill me. So after Terry Falls died, what happened to Dahlia? Did you check that out?
Does it really matter? Like I said, Dahlia isn't connected with this case.
Why are you so sure about that?
It's simple.
Dahlia Hawthorne is dead. Dun 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 dun. What?
Well, her metabolic processes are a matter of interest only to historians, so to speak.
What do you mean by Dahlia Hawthorne is dead, Edgeworth?
Right. I must confess that in reading her file, I came to know of the murder case you were involved in during your college years. I question your taste in partner, but I will admit the pink looked good on you. Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty, thanks to the persistence of Mia Fey. Mia Fey, Mia Fey.
At the time, Dahlia, it's like she was possessed by a demon or something.
It's been almost 5 years since that guilty verdict was handed down, and her sentence was finally carried out. She was executed last month.
Executed?
I'm sure that's a bit of a shock for you, right? And for more reasons than one. But do you understand now? She can't possibly be connected with this case. She's dead. And once someone is dead, there is no way to revive them.
There's no way to revive the dead?
Edgeworth, you stupid son of a bitch.
I wonder. Seems you're not aware of one other connection yet, Edgeworth.
What is that?
About Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne's mother.
What's their mother got to do with any of this?
He's Morgan Fay, a spirit medium from a branch family of the Karain channeling technique.
Did you say Karain channeling technique?
Do you know something about it?
Oh yes, I know it's connected with that fraudulent spirit medium.
Fraudulent?
I was involved in another nightmare 17 years ago. I was caught up in the middle of a murder investigation. The police didn't have any leads. They were stumped, and that's when they called her in. She was a very famous spirit medium and the master of her channeling school. But you know what happened? As a result of her effort, an innocent man was accused of murder. She and her powers, they were all fraudulent.
Edgeworth.
Go to the police records room. It's all in there. All you have to do is check the DL6 incident case file and you'll know.
Edgeworth, my man. I know this is related to your trauma, but we know all about the DL6 incident. We helped exonerate you of it. Of course. How could I forget? Edgeworth was the victim in that case. Edgeworth, you'll understand someday. And then, you'll see that the Karain channeling technique is real. Morgan Fay's daughter and Iris' twin sister. She was executed last month. Yeah. Okay. So, the answer was, I was almost ready. Also, it is astonishing it took them this long. Like, I do like this. Actually, if you are still awake, Katie, which you might not be, how does this rate on the evil twins that you hate as a trope scale? I wasn't even thinking about that. You were here? Oh, okay. Well, all Katie. Or Katie might. I think Katie might works better than all Katie, but... I think it being twins here is also just an excuse to, like... I mean, it's not Bosch from Damaska. Oh. Oh, dear. Okay, it looks like we're back. I think you might have seen, like, a blip happen there. But it seems like... This is something I discovered, I think, last week or 2 weeks ago. I think OBS gives you, like, a 30-second buffer. So if you, like, completely lose connection for, like, a second, it keeps the VOD going. On my end, anyway. I mean, again, the advantage of these games, too, is they don't have much going on visually, so... Alright, let's speedrun through this, because I'm pretty sure not having Dahlia Hawthorne specifically was the thing I missed. The thing that, by the way, Phoenix knew all that. He just wanted Edgeworth to... You know, I get why the video game wants you to do that, to put it all together. But it kind of reads like Phoenix being kind of a dick to Edgeworth. Because he's like, hey, let's remember this case you fucked up, buddy. Because I want to confirm my suspicions that I'm, like, pretty sure are right. But, you know, I just want that double tap of knowing for sure. I don't care that it taps into PTSD from your dark days when you were a baby prosecutor who believed in the wrong things. Okay. Alright, this was Bikini. At least I've already gone through this, and I don't redo these when I'm just doing this, so... Ooh, although, I think for this one... Where is it? Yeah, so I think we could do the testimony here, too. Yeah. So they let you do either the testimony or the HUD. There were two of you. Boom. Dahlia Hawthorne. I have a firm grasp of the situation now, Iris. You have a sister, don't you? A twin sister, perhaps? Ah, that's right. Dahlia Hawthorne. A woman I know only too well. In the biblical sense. No, I'm kidding. I'm pretty sure. I don't even remember if it came up in Mia's case, but I think it did. The fact that they dated for like 8 months, but only like in the like most innocent puppy dog way. Like, all this is silly when you Phoenix Wright could just be like, hey, you look exactly like my ex-GF that tried to kill me. Yeah. Although, you know, Phoenix was crazy. He still asserted that there was no way that his Dahlia would do all that. I had no idea you knew of her. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. But she's no longer... Yes, I know. Your sentence was carried out recently, wasn't it? I'm sorry. Thank you. There's no need to explain now, is there, Iris? This second you who was here at the temple on the night of the murder. It was your twin sister, Dahlia Hawthorne. But you just said it yourself a second ago. My sister's dead. Have you forgotten that? Have you forgotten this, Iris? This is a channeling dojo. A training ground of the Korean channeling technique. That night, someone channeled Dahlia's spirit. And you knew about it. That's the secret you've been trying to hide from me. It seems I should accept the impossible better. A ghost murdered people for this case. It is kind of crazy, but I guess they had to have this though, right? Like, because that second case in the second game is pretty good. But the entire conceit of it is, despite the fact that we know the crane channeling technique is very real, it is not actually involved at all in that case because it's a trick. So I guess they were like, you know what? For the big final case that will end the trilogy, which at that point was ending the series, we should actually pay this off and have it be relevant. The night of the crime.
I was in my room in the main hall that night. As soon as I heard that I'd been spotted at the inner temple, I knew it was my sister, Dahlia, the other half of me who passed away last month.
Just as I suspected, the iris that Sister Bikini saw at the inner temple on the night of the murder. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Why didn't you tell me this before?
Because my sister always does the right thing.
Excuse me?
And because I mustn't get in the way of what she's trying to do. I already betrayed her once before. I can't do it again.
You betrayed her? What do you mean?
That's why I have to accept I may be found guilty. It's the only way.
What is she talking about? Betrayal.
You know about it, don't you, Mr. Wright? About the fake kidnapping that took place here on Eagle Mountain 11 years ago. That was the start of it all. It's what started her down that twisted path. She started to commit crime after crime, and in the end, she lost her life. It's all because I betrayed her.
How did you betray her, Iris?
It was no coincidence that Eagle Mountain is where the exchange was to take place. After all, I helped plan the whole thing.
What?
But I got scared, so I ran away.
What are you talking about? Why would you help her? Stealing $2 million from your own father. That's awful. Not her father. Well, actually, I guess... No, that was an adoptive father, so it wasn't.
But I promised that I'd help. And she didn't do it for the money.
Huh?
It was revenge on her father.
I guess we did find out that she got put up too, so I guess... Father was that? Yeah. He wasn't adoptive. Yeah, it's the sister was, that's right. Although she was older, but that still, it works out. Also, hey there, Lazy BT, thank you. Revenge? Oh, all the way back up here. I feel like you can replace betrayal with revenge, but it's fine either way. What do you mean by revenge?
He was a hideous man. He threw our mother away and then sent her to hell.
Her mother? She must be talking about Morgan Fay. I mean... I don't know. I feel like he wasn't entirely wrong to do that. But maybe Morgan was a decent person, and that just is what made her spiral.
Our mother was the eldest daughter of the main branch of the Fay family. The main family had a lot of influence in many business and political circles at the time. As the eldest daughter, our mother was set to inherit all of that as the next master. That's the reason our father married our mother in the first place. For power.
By the way, if you've been playing with the text box fully opaque all this time, you completely missed the Killer Communicators animations. I've changed it back and forth. I usually keep it on opaque just because it's a little bit easier for me. I don't remember if I had it like that for the killer or not. I might have, it still might have been opaque and I might have missed the killer stuff. Although I think they might have put that a little bit higher in this too. I don't, that's been a little while. I had a break between, I've been taking a break between each of these. Yeah, it's a bad running bit I have, but whenever there's been usually Mia on screen, I've always had said, well, we could see what's going on here. Well, we could have our nice Christian safe text box. Yeah, you know, I guess it does sound like their father was a piece of shit, though. Like, you can have two bad parents and still turn out all right.
But his plan backfired because our mother's sister took it all from her. She took over as the master of Crane.
That would be Misty Faye, Maya's mother.
But before long, the credibility of the Crane tradition hit rock bottom. The new master, Mystic Misty Faye, made a terrible mistake. It was during the investigation of the DL6 incident. After that happened, our father took me and my twin sister away, leaving our mother and our home behind. He hated the place. He said it was a hick dive and that he had no reason to stay there.
And that's when you came here to Hasakura Temple?
Yes, the woman my father took as his next wife already had a daughter, Valerie. I had no place in his new family, you see.
Oh. So he was a two-daughter man? He's like, oh, you had a daughter already? Shit, I have these twin daughters, but I'm so used to having two. I don't want to have three. Let me flip a coin. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Grab a tiger by the... You know what? Iris, go to this temple. Oh.
And I haven't seen my mother once since then. Having the master seat stolen from her and being rejected by her own family. I've heard she's been very battered, spiritually and emotionally.
I think I'm finally beginning to see how the pieces fit together. I have asked her everything I can in my capacity as a prosecutor. This incident, everything related to it goes back to the history of the Fae clan. That's what it looks like. Iris, there's just one more thing I want you to tell me.
What is it?
During the incident in which your sister, Dahlia Hawthorne, poisoned a lawyer, she began a relationship with a certain college student in order to hide the evidence. That college student, have you heard anything about him?
Well, I did hear one thing. She said she hated his guts.
I see. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome.
Hurry up, Phoenix Wright. There is still much to investigate. Damn, I actually forgot that.
Leave these locks to me. I'll open them for you, I promise.
Thank you. I suppose I better continue my investigation. There's still one giant secret left to unlock. Pearl's Psych Lock. Alright. In a temple gate. Suspension bridge. Heavenly Hall. February 9th. Heavenly Hall. Look at that. They really did make a fire right in front of the shack.
Oh, Mr. Nick.
Wait a second. Actually, I need to check because I wasn't even looking. I don't think they have that there, do they? I mean, I guess there's always been the things right there for that, but... Fancy was like 102 in DL6 happened, in which case Manfred was already in America. In other words, I'm not sure Fancy didn't grow up with so much influence with that she'd still have a thick German accent now. I could see that. I mean, personally, I'm just doing it because I have a very limited capacity for these things, and it helps. Although I think also the idea was he left her behind a lot of times. Either that or she chose to be in... I just might see. Okay. You're too late, Nick. You came in for one of our potatoes. We've already polished them all off.
I think I pretty much got all the evidence I need. You know, I will say, for all the fact that Larry acted weird about Pearl earlier, which I think was more just writing in this game. She's been missing for long enough. I'm glad someone decided to feed her. Although I think it sounded like she might have fed herself while she was there at the temple too, but now I just need to find out what Pearls is hiding. The night of the crime. Okay, well, let's go for this. Man, I'm dropping a lot of frames. Actually, I'm not dropping that many frames. It's only 1.4% total. But I'm glad this is one of those games that is very kind to that. The night of the crime. After dinner on the night of the murder. There's a bit of a hilarious sound. I can't help but defend him. You're not the only one, I know. I don't mind him as much as I like to play up. But that's, I feel like, the way the games are too. Because, like, Phoenix and Edgeworth are both very exacerbated by Larry, but you know, he is still their friend. And he tries to do the right thing when he's not defeating himself with his own bad habits. After dinner, on the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Elise Donim's room, reading a book together, correct?
Yes, I was so happy when she invited me. But I didn't go in the end.
You didn't go?
No, there was some...
Wow.
No, there was somewhere else I had to go instead. I was so worried. I had to go. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so nervous.
So Pearls never went to Miss Donim's room because she was too worried about something or someone else. Pearls? On the night of the murder, you went to this place, didn't you? I mean, she was missing for 2 days. Yeah, one thing I remember him doing is calling Maya cute and asking if she nicked the thing back in case 1-4. And then really interpret this and just saying that to be nice. He does do a little bit of hitting on her. But that's just... Like, it's not... It's subconscious for Larry at this point. He sees a cute girl, and he has to shoot his shot. You went here, didn't you, Pearls? Oh, was it not the Inner Temple? Looks like she's still not going to open up to me. Oh. This is where you went because you were so worried, right? The next question is, who or what were you so worried about? Oh, this is a two-part one, okay. Now, I'm going to take a guess. You can tell me if I'm right or wrong, okay?
You mean you know?
If I'm right, will you tell me the whole truth?
Okay.
You went to this place for one very simple reason, and that is this. I mean, it's Maya's her sister at this point, basically. I mean, not literally, but in all ways that matter. It's obvious what you were so worried about, Pearls. It was Maya, wasn't it? You knew the training Maya was undertaking was dangerous. After all, it was the special course.
I signed up for your special course.
Well, my, quite brave of you considering how cold it is. Young people can be so reckless with their health. Don't blame me if you become one with those you channel.
I hate when it keeps flashing back to Bikini. Sister Bikini scared you with what she said, didn't she? Because it was you who introduced Hasakura Temple to Maya in the first place. You felt responsible, didn't you?
Thinking about what could happen to Mystic Maya made me more and more worried. I couldn't sit still at all. That's why I decided to go and find out how she was doing at the Inner Temple.
And we're clear now that you went to the Inner Temple that night, Pearls. What's not clear is what happened after that. About what time was it when you headed over to the Inner Temple?
It was probably around 9:30 when I left the main hall. I heard the real training was supposed to start at 10. I wanted to get there before it started, but there was so much snow, so I didn't get there until after 10 o'clock.
Until after 10? How did you know what time it was?
Because I heard the bell ring for lights out.
Oh, we don't need cheap viewers here. Deny that. She heard the lights out bell? The Hazakura Temple bell is pretty small though, isn't it? You must have really good hearing.
I was really trying to pick up the sound of that bell, that's all. I didn't want to miss it. That would be terrible.
She was trying to hear the bell. Tell me, Pearls, why were you so worried about hearing that bell?
Huh? Oh,
I think I know why. The reason you were so worried about that bell was because of this. Yeah, they even let you see on this first one as soon as you hear the lights out bell. So Pearl found this letter. You were given some instructions to follow for that night, weren't you? I presume you recognize these pieces of paper?
where did you...
In the incinerator at the inner temple. Pearls. You were following the instructions in this letter that night, weren't you? That's why you couldn't afford to miss the sound of the lights out bell.
I'm speechless, Mr. Nick. You're amazing.
These instructions that were found in the incinerator, I believe they were written for you, Pearls.
For me? No.
As you can see, a large portion has been burnt, but the last section is still fairly legible. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Who was it, Pearls? Whose spirit were you supposed to be channeling? Taking into account the author of the note, and their purpose for writing it. Whose spirit would Pearls have been trying to channel? Don't overthink it, Phoenix. It's pretty obvious who Pearls was supposed to channel. The person you were trying to channel that night, Pearls, was... Can we... So I think we know that already this did not go as the letter planned. But how fucked up is it that this letter wanted Pearls to channel Dahlia Hawk? Like, oh my god. She is still... she's still only 7 in this game, right? No, 9. Right. She's 8 and then 9. So, 9 years old. Admittedly, I know here in my state, you can still be charged as a juvenile, but you still become culpable for crimes at like the age of 7. I'm not sure what it is in Japan exactly, but still, holy moly. It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? That was the name that was in the letter. It's just as I suspected. It wasn't Iris whose sister Bikini met at the inner temple that night. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Do you know anything about her, Pearls? Do you know what kind of a woman Dahlia Hawthorne was?
No. I've never heard of anyone by that name before reading those instructions.
I thought so. Pearls doesn't have a clue. She doesn't know that Dahlia is her sister. Not the instructions in the letter I found, Pearls. It's actually a little bit messed up to me that in the sequel trilogy, we've never had a follow-up on Iris either, considering that we now know Iris and Pearls are sisters. Now, in all matters of actual family, Maya is way more her sister. But Iris is real nice. They could try to connect too. About the instructions in the letter I found, Pearls. Who wrote them? Whoever was asked you to channel the spirit of someone you'd never heard of, you must have quite a lot of respect for them. After all, you followed their instructions without question. So here's my next question. Who wrote this set of instructions for you to follow? Oh man. Poor Pearls. Poor Pearl. She's had it rough. Pearls. I have to wonder about something. You didn't have any idea what these instructions meant, did you?
Doki.
Nervous Doki, though. Nervous badump. But you followed them to the letter regardless. Why? Because it was your own mother who asked you. That's why.
How did you...
I figured it out. The person who wrote you this letter was your own mother, Morgan Fay.
Uh...
All right, Pearls. It's time you started telling me the truth.
Mr. Nick,
Why is she holding back from me? I don't like this.
don't underestimate me just because I'm a child.
Huh?
If you're trying to say I followed these instructions, I'd like to see some proof.
What?
Because I don't think you have any.
She'd say anything rather than admit to carrying out those instructions. Guess I'll have to produce some more evidence then. One more thing should do it. Alright, Pearls. We both know someone carried out these instructions on the night of the murder. But you're right. There's no evidence that proves it was you.
I knew it.
However, I do know that whoever did it was a child.
Huh? How do you know that?
It couldn't have been an adult. No adult would have made a simple mistake like that.
A simple mistake? What do you mean by that?
I'm sure you thought you were carefully following the instructions you'd been given, but you misunderstood some of the words, and this is the evidence that proves it. Boop, boop, boop. I might need to read this again to see what it is. Sure, you should be there. Then you do it. Oh, Gravely Roast. Right. Oh, I forgot that's why they specifically have it like that. Is this... if that was originally curry, then maybe it was a spicy thing? It was you who splattered gravy on this hanging scroll, wasn't it?
What? Why would I do something like...
Do you remember what was written in that letter? Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. You didn't know how to read the words gravely and roast among others, right?
How do you know that?
Remember the conversation you had with Miss Donim on the night of the murder? Perhaps we can read some books together.
Really? I'd love to. I'm not very good at reading.
Well then, would you like to practice reading with me?
Miss Elise, so, for example, how do you read this?
It says gravely. It's kind of a tough word. Sure, Miss Donim taught you how to read gravely and roast, but what she didn't teach you is what they meant.
Gravely sounded like gravy to me, and the only roast I could think of was the food.
And that's why you did it. That's why you covered the picture of the master in gravy from that night's pot roast. See, this is one of those things that, like, you saw and think, what do you mean she couldn't figure out gravely and roast from... She's 9 years old. But this is a, like, clearly, these were kanji. Which is why when she just said it, she didn't get, like, the right interpretation or something like that. Like, they did the best they could. It's one of those things that was not going to translate super well. Although, admittedly, her village was a little backwards, too, so... That's why you covered the picture of the master in gravy from that night's pot roast.
To be honest, I did think it was a bit strange. I guess I really did get the wrong idea.
Just a tiny bit.
I really am useless. I couldn't even burn the letter properly as my mother had asked of me. Such a simple thing, and I couldn't even do it right.
One of the translators for the series wrote an article about the translation of how hard it was to make it work in English. I remember the roast is curry in the original. Oh, thank you. We were wondering about that. Because at first I thought maybe it was some kind of miso soup or something, but I think it was Katie, Neo chick, who's probably conked out now, who was like, well, it's probably, they keep talking about it being like a comforting home meal, so it's probably curry. And it's like, oh, it does kind of look like curry when you look at it too. Because it's the like right color for it with like the couple of chunks in it. And then they started talking about curry and stuff like that. The night of the crime and lost powers. Night of the crime.
After dinner that night, I did go to the inner temple with a pot full of the leftover gravy.
The gravy?
I saw the picture on the hanging scroll near the sacred cavern. I was sure it was the Master of Crane, like it said in the letter.
I see. And then?
Well, it was already way past 10 when I got there because of all the snow, so I went to the inner temple guest area.
The guest area?
Yes, I thought I could wait there until the training was over.
Why don't you just go to the training hall?
Because Mystic Maya's main training had already started, and I couldn't interrupt it. So I just stayed where I was and prayed for her to get through it. But then,
Pearls, did you fall asleep?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I just couldn't help it.
Hey, don't worry about it, Pearl. Who cares if you fell asleep? I fall asleep all the time, like once a day. I fell asleep waiting for Iris, too. It happens. Anyway, then you found yourself trapped at the inner temple?
Yes, when I woke up it was morning. I tried not to cry, but the bridge wasn't there anymore and there was no one in the training hall. I thought everyone had left me because I overslept. I threw the letter into the incinerator, then I heated up the leftover gravy and...
Let off some steam by chucking the gravy on the scroll while you cried? It must have been pretty scary for you, Pearl. I know what it's like. Nick used to leave me behind when I fell asleep at school, too. Don't equate something so trivial with her experience, Larry.
It was written right...
Oh, well, give me a second. Sip some tea.
It was written right in my mother's letter. It said, as soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit.
Well, this is her trying to do more ways.
It said, as soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. I was on my way over to the inner temple when I heard the bell ring.
So you channeled Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit.
No, I tried, but I couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it?
I've never failed at channeling someone. This is the first time it's happened. I tried and I tried and I tried. Yesterday, this morning, the whole time. But I just couldn't do it.
Don't let it get you down, Pearl. It'll all work out. Nick, Larry gave you boyfriend, that's how you treat him? Damn. In fairness, Edgeworth is not always the best boyfriend. And also, Phoenix is confused in a bi-curious sense sometimes. If you want, I'll come flying through the sky for you. Whoosh, just like that. So she never managed to channel the spirit. Is that why you think your spiritual powers are gone?
Yes, I don't know what to do.
Isn't there any other explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit?
I suppose there's one other possibility. It's not very likely, though.
Could you please tell me what it is anyway?
It could happen if someone else was already channeling the same spirit.
Boom. Someone else? What do you mean?
Well, there's only one of each spirit, right?
Yup, it's like dating a girl, Nick. You can't see a hot chick if she's already taken. Larry, that's an awful simile. We've already seen you hit on a married lady. Then that would mean on the night of the murder, someone else channeled their spirit before Pearls could. Someone else channeled the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne.
I am a failure. I couldn't even grant my mother's final wish.
Her final wish?
Yes, this letter. This is my last wish, she said. So make sure you follow the instructions carefully.
This letter. I definitely need to find out more about it. Morgan's letter.
My mother has gone to a place called a penitentiary.
Yeah, I know, Pearls.
I visit her every month, and last month she told me. The time we've been waiting for has come, Pearl. There's something I need you to do for me. I hid a letter for you at our home before they brought me here. I want you to read it and do exactly what it says. It's for the good of the Fae clan, my angel. You'll be doing a great thing. Now listen carefully. They'll tell you where the letter's hidden.
God damn. She did that like a year ago?
My mother is always nice to me. I love her very much.
Oh, Pearl. She's so cute. She deserves to have a better mother than Morgan Faye. Yeah, moms will do anything for their kids, right?
She said it was for the good of the Fae clan, so I knew I had to help her.
It's also she got visited by other people at the village. That's true. She might have had people who were sympathetic to her cause, too. But we never told that to be HL. Yeah. But it's not impossible that there couldn't have been people. I mean, we know that they weren't super happy with her, but I think she helped improve her reputation by just acting very dutifully.
It's for the benefit of the clan that I manipulate my young daughter into being an accessory to murder.
Hidil. Oh, this hurts me so bad because Pearl's so happy and she has no idea.
I mean, Mystic Maya's part of the Fae clan, so it had to be good for her, too.
Oh, Pearl.
That's right, isn't it, Mr. Nick?
I guess so, yeah. Let me just lie to this young child for the moment.
There was a picture with her letter, too.
A picture?
Of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Usually, a picture is enough to channel someone's spirit, but this time...
Pretty weird, huh? Like Larry knows anything about this stuff.
There's something else that was strange about my mother's letter. The seal on it was broken, as if someone had already opened it once before.
That sure is pretty strange. Someone had opened it already? Burnt letter updated in the court record. Court record. Orders from Morgan Faye. Opened once before. Thanks, Pearls. You really helped me out.
You're very welcome. My mother is watching over us, so I'm sure Mystic Maya will be alright.
Look at that innocent smile on her face. What am I supposed to say to her? Finally figured it out, have you tried? You have finally realized how terrible of a crime being painfully oblivious is. Godot. Or was my eyes on probably contribute to her life after Meal of Crane, which is probably not visibly awful to her, though. No, I think... Like, we definitely see the crack showing. But I get the, like... Because we saw how she would act with Nick beforehand. Where she pretended she was really on Maya's side. She's been playing the long con for a while now. Also, because I don't think you were here for this. I'm doing a bad job of it, but I gave him a very atrocious French accent. One, because I can't do one. And two, because his fake name is Godot. So it is slightly diegetic because I'm pretending that he himself is putting it on. The entrance to the Sacred Cavern looks like a freaking puzzle workshop. I guess he was talking about Iris and the lock-breaking effort. But it's already a waste of time. Although I think I'm laying the... Oh, whatever. Why do you say that? Because Maya Fey isn't coming back. What? You don't know what you're talking about. How can you say something like that? It was your job to protect her, Trilogy. Just like it was your job to protect the Mia Fey. Two sisters are caught up in the worst circumstances. I realize that, but... And you were the only one who was by their sides. Apparently Godot isn't sexist in the Japanese version, which makes me wonder why they did that at all. That is weird. You are the only one who could have saved them. I didn't know anything about what was going on. Ha! What did I just say, Wright? Being oblivious is a heinous crime in itself. Tomorrow, we'll settle everything in court tomorrow, once and for all. I'm trying to think about...
Mr. Nick, is what that man just said true?
It'll be all right, Pearls. I'm sure Maya's alive. You'll see for yourself tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. I know I can trust you, Mr. Nick.
I did not realize I had that much.
My dear Pearl, you've done so well, my child. My Pearl. It's better that you don't know what you've done. I knew this day would come for you. The blood of the main family is no more. Now, finally, after all this time, the master's seat is yours. My last great wish. It seems I was just in time.
Freaking Morgan Fay. Alright. I did not realize I had that much left, but we are seeing the big parts of this case. We don't have every wrinkle to it, but we'll get there. Get there. Alright. February 10th, 9:39 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1.
Good morning. Oh, are you by yourself?
Okay. So, I wish she'd say it on her cute greeting us face, because it would have been a better thing to be on. Oh, apologies. I'm going to take a small break, just stretch my legs for a little bit, and then we'll knock out as much of the first day of the trial I can. Not the first day, the first part of this trial as I can tonight. So I'll be back in a little bit. Until then. Alright, I'm back. It is a very interesting question, the Lazy BT. Like, sometimes, I don't know if maybe they thought they had to add something in because in the process of localizing, they had stripped out a part of his character. I don't know.
Good morning. Oh, are you by yourself?
Ah, morning, Pearls.
Mr. Nick, please tell me what's going to happen to Mystic Maya.
I'm sorry. We don't know yet. The investigation is still going on, so I wasn't allowed into the inner temple.
Oh, I see. So is Sister Iris still trying to remove those trick locks in the training hall?
No, she's the defendant in this case, so she can't be at the inner temple. She's required to be here in court.
Then how come she's not here in the defendant's lobby?
I have to admit, it's kind of strange. Okay. If you're looking for Iris, she's in the prosecutor's lobby. It says someone, I'm not sure who it is right now. Ah, if you're looking for Iris, she's in the prosecutor's lobby. Edgeworth? What's Iris doing over there? She's going over today's testimony with the prosecutor as we speak. Today's testimony? You heard me. Iris is going to be testifying as a witness for the prosecution. Wait, what? The prosecutor is squeezing her for a confession, or so I heard. Franziska von Kerma, what are you up to? I know what you're thinking, but Franziska isn't going to be the prosecutor today. What? Then who is? Who else would it be but Godot? Godot. Franziska is engaged in some important work at the Sacred Cavern.
The Sacred Cavern? You don't mean that she's...
Exactly. She has been out there all night, trying to remove those trick locks. With the head nun's assistance, naturally. We estimate that the last of the locks should be taken care of in about 3 hours. I hope everything continues to go smoothly, and we receive some good news soon. Yeah. Thanks, Edgeworth. Prosecutor Godot intends to nail this case shut today. Be prepared to fight like there's no tomorrow. You don't have to tell me that. Touché. I can already see it in your eyes. You're not the same fever-ridden, frantic maniac you were yesterday. It's strange. On the way here, I decided that today would be the end of all this. Almost immediately after I made the decision, I felt myself getting stronger. Interesting. Maybe you've passed your cold on to someone else, literally. And with that, I leave the rest in your capable hands, partner. Thanks. Oh, you could have said partner back, Phoenix. Alright, well, unfortunately, I guess we found out that we're done with the whip counter. So I guess we need to go back to the coffee counter. Another line that Naramitsu shippers love an irrational amount. I mean, I can't blame it. That one's there for them. This is a very weird case in that it has Phoenix at his most heteronormative. So they have to throw in all this Edgeworth stuff to balance it out so it doesn't, like, drive people completely crazy. I still don't have answers for most of the riddles plaguing this case. Circumstances around the murder of Miss Elise Donim. No, I mean Miss Misty Fey. The impossible flight Larry claims to have seen. And what that woman is really after. I will solve them all and bring this whole tragedy to an end. February 10th, 10 o'clock a.m. District Court, courtroom number 7.
Court is now in session for the trial of Iris of Hazakura Temple.
Oh, welcome back, regular judge, who is not nearly as hard for me to do. Your Honor, what are you?
Who? Me? Well, my little brother came to visit me in my chambers earlier this morning. All of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, he developed a scorching fever and fainted. Therefore, I'll be standing in for him.
I see, Your Honor. So they're brothers. That explains a lot. Okay, but wait. Why is one of them very... So does that mean the other one isn't even Canadian? He's fake Canadian because he really likes hockey? So he puts it on his affectation?
My poor brother. He looked a bit pale, not to mention sad that he couldn't be here.
Adopted. Oh, that could be the case. It is the case for it. And here it begins. Yeah. The 54th cup. It is impossible to predict what the future has in store for any of us. This is precisely why people need to judge the need to judge the past. Ugh, family bullshit in this case, apparently. No Lotta, though. Thank God there's no Lotta. And we of the court have been charged with the solemn duty of passing such a judgment.
Well said, Mr. Goodall. I understood exactly what you said, at least up until the end, anyway. Now then, Mr. Goodall, please proceed with your opening statement.
Hey, I'm a Lotta truther. Humans are fragile, fickle beings. Our hearts change with the shifting of the times. There is only one thing that remains a constant in this crazy world. She got good bands going on. She is one of the witnesses that Phoenix will, like most, be like, I don't want to put up with your bullshit. I will. Because his level of assertiveness per witness varies quite a bit. The bitter darkness that lies at the bottom of the smoke.
So that you mean, forget it. What do you mean?
La's legitimate at her best when she and Nick are bickering. You know what? I can buy that. Partially because she's usually at her worst when she is rushing to try to get someone falsely accused of something based off of her shoddy testimony. During yesterday's trial, the accused refused to admit her role in the crime. But today, she has had a change of heart. Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple has a confessions to make.
Confession? No, I did.
Iris, why didn't she discuss this with me first?
Very well. Let's call now hear the defendant's confession.
Oh, Iris. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, I always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules. My name is Iris. I am but a simple nun undergoing training at Hazakura Temple.
Witness, is there something that you want to confess to?
Yes. But first, I want to apologize to Mr. Wright. I can't continue lying to everyone anymore. It's all right. What is it? Mr. Wright, I have to admit that I did play a part in this terrible incident.
Are you actually confessing? Are you saying that you were the one who murdered Miss Elise Doden?
No, I'm not, Your Honor. But I dealt with the cover-up after the murder took place. After her spirit left, I took the lifeless shell of Mystic Elise and carried it to the Hazakura Temple courtyard, where I desecrated it. What?
Order in the court. Order. Witness, are you saying you were an accomplice to the murder?
Yes, that's correct. What? 3 minutes in court, I'm already covered in a cold sweat. Everyone on the planet is an accomplice to something. It just happens to be that in this case, it's to murder. Isn't that right, Mr. Tried? That could do. So this is the confession they were conferring about. Pains me to say this, but it looks like Iris's testimony was all a lie. Iris's testimony crumpled up and shoved into a pocket. And now then, little lady, if you don't mind, I've got a question for you. Whose crime were you trying to cover up by your actions? Iris was covering for someone? Now I'm definitely up the creek without a paddle, or a life jacket. I've been at Hazakura Temple ever since I was a little girl. Hazakura Temple is run by one of the branch families of the Korean tradition. One of our missions is to protect the main family.
I'm sorry, but main family?
Yes, and that's why I would dirty myself, if need be, to protect her. The daughter of the master of the Korean channeling technique. Mystic Maya Fey. Huh? Wake up and smell the coffee, tried. She's naming Maya? Maya? I mean, look. How could we finish the biggest case in the series, at least up to this point, without Maya getting accused of a little murder?
Order in the court. So not only did you witness the murder, you know the name of the murderer.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a fixed right game without Maya being accused of at least one murder. I'm terribly sorry, but it's true. I saw her commit the crime with my very own eyes, and I cleaned up the area to try to protect her. That's ridiculous! Maya could never do something like...
The defense will refrain from commenting until the appropriate time.
Objection counter 233.
Now, witness, let's hear your testimony. What exactly happened on the night of the crime?
Yes, Your Honor. I thought I was prepared for the unexpected, but I never imagined the case would wind up going in this direction. What do you mean, Phoenix? Maya was ridden on a pillar in blood. Of course she was going to get accused of murder at some point. The real murderer. I went to the inner temple that night, and I saw it all happen in the garden.
I saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with her staff. While Mystic Maya was still stumbling, Mystic Elise moved in to deliver a fatal strike. Mystic Maya tried desperately to defend herself and stole the weapon. It was only in self-defense. You can't blame her for it.
So it was a self-defense?
Yes, Mystic Elise was the one who attacked first. That's why I tried my best to protect Mystic Maya.
You moved the victim's body into the temple so that Maya wouldn't be suspected. Isn't that right? Not bad. You've got the instincts of a true criminal. Something's not quite right. Sure, it was established yesterday that Iris never went to the inner temple that night. That the person who did go was that woman. Iris even admitted it.
Now then, Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination.
The real murderer.
I went to the inner temple that night and I saw it all happen in the garden.
Sister Iris, your testimony has changed quite a bit since yesterday. You said yesterday that on the night of the murder, you didn't go to the inner temple. Did she now? Too bad for you. What she said yesterday doesn't mean much today. By the way, where were you when she claims that she didn't go? I was in the inner temple's training hall. A private conversation between the two of you does not constitute testimony. That would be properly described as hearsay.
You have to say, witness.
I just couldn't tell him the truth at that time. Mystic Maya, she's your girlfriend, isn't she?
Ah.
I didn't want to be the one to break it to you that I saw her commit murder.
There. We'll understand how difficult this is for you. Now then, let's continue with the testimony. What did you witness in the temple garden?
Well, Your Honor?
I am astonished we didn't have at least a line or two of Phoenix going, "She's not my girlfriend." And I'm not saying that as a, like... Because I don't... The Apollo Justice trilogy, as they have retconned it now, has kind of killed my belief in shipping Phoenix with anyone, really. But, like, I guess if you shipped Phoenix and Maya, though, you could see that, like, the fact he didn't immediately disregard that there. Girlfriend, complete slander. Lies. Where's the contradiction of that? Well, it's not actual testimony, I guess.
I saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with her staff.
You're saying that the victim attacked Maya? I mean, Miss Faye?
Yes, it was a truly frightening scene. Mystic Maya was struck hard on the head and looked like she was going to collapse.
What were you doing at the time?
Um,
Why didn't you stop them from fighting?
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I was frightened. I couldn't move. I couldn't even speak. I was in such shock.
That's perfectly understandable, my dear.
This doesn't sound right. I don't believe this testimony for a minute.
What happened after that?
Also, I get that Iris doesn't, like... Because the thing about Dahlia, right, is that she's constantly putting forth her aura to, like, riz people to, like, deceive them. But also, like, Iris is just as cute. So where's this weird divide happening where, like, the effort Dahlia puts in is what made her have this aura that just converted people to believe in her? Meanwhile, no one's like, oh, look at Iris being such a cutie. I guess maybe it's the difference between... Well, that has Baby Phoenix, though. And I feel like we know this judge is susceptible to that stuff, too. I don't know.
While Mystic Maya was still stumbling, Mystic Elise moved in to deliver a fatal strike.
She moved in to deliver a fatal strike?
Yes, I'm sure of it. She threw down her staff and reached into her robe for a weapon.
Wait a minute. What was this weapon? It was some kind of dagger.
A dagger, huh? Iris isn't smiling as much. This is true. She doesn't smile quite as often. Like when she does, it is very cute. But you're right. Dahlia has that fake smile posted all the time. That's a good point. And at least don't even try to stab her with this weapon? To kill Miss Faye?
Yes, exactly.
Ah. You look like I did after I mistakenly took a swig of Worcestershire sauce. How? What? I don't... Those bottles never... What? I mean, I believe that would be a rough experience, but... Do you have a problem with the testimony we're hearing from your client, Lawyer Boy? Do I have a problem with Iris's testimony? We do, but we'll come back to this in a second. Iris is my client. I'd better not press her too hard. Defense has no objection to Miss Iris's testimony. Ah, you should try some nice sweet cafe con leche at least once tried.
Very well. Let's continue with your testimony. What happened to Miss Faye when she was attacked by the victim?
Must have lost his sense of smell when he died, I guess.
Mystic Maya tried desperately to defend herself and stole the weapon.
And then...
Mystic Maya, she turned things around and then... She used the weapon she had taken and lunged forward for a strike.
Witness, are you absolutely certain?
Yes, but believe me, she had no choice. If Mystic Maya hadn't done something...
Maya Faye's name would have been written on this autopsy report instead.
Yes, I see.
This is bad. Let's look and put the pieces together. Unless I find a contradiction in her testimony, Maya's going to get blamed for this.
I only have this to say. It was only in self-defense. You can't blame her for it.
So you're saying Maya Faye was the one who stabbed Miss Elise Donim? Sister Iris, is that really what you saw?
Yes.
Try it. If your mug is filled with the black and bitter suspicions, the only way to get rid of them is to drink them down quick. Like this. I know it's supposed to be a metaphor, but I don't get it. Alright. We had an objection. And we had a coffee. There's only one thing you need to get. Try it. It's called Everand. Now hurry up, before my next cup gets cold. What does that mean? Is Godot waiting for me to point out the contradictions? I like to avoid the whole spirit channeling thing if I can. Not only would it be inadmissible as evidence, but I think it might actually hurt our standing with the judge. First I need to pick her testimony apart and expose the unnatural sounding parts. I don't know why Iris would tell a story like this, but there are two things I noticed that just don't add up. Okay. Fatal staff. Your Honor, I have a small problem with the witness's testimony.
Well, you do? But this witness is your own client.
Yeah, yes, well, nevertheless, that's fine. Witness, let's add your last statement to the testimony.
Yes, sir.
Hey, just a moment. It's my job to say that.
Listen, Gramps, I won't say it again. Final judgment will be rendered by me. Okay, now, let's continue.
She threw her staff away and pulled a dagger from inside her robe.
Okay, we know this. I'm gonna press anyways, but yeah. She threw her staff away.
Mystic Elise was trying to kill Mystic Maya.
I think that's why she wanted a more lethal weapon.
It's true. It's not easy to inflict a deadly blow with a staff.
Sister Iris, let me make sure I've got this straight. The victim herself chose to throw away her staff.
Yes, that's what I saw.
Is there anything odd about that, Mr. Wright?
Yeah, it's not all right.
Mystic Elise attacked Mystic Maya with the dagger.
Wow, sorry. Let me redo that. Just stumbling over that.
Mystic Elise attacked Mystic Maya with the dagger. I'm sure of this.
Yeah, why would she throw her staff away when her staff was actually a staff sword? Has a sword hidden inside. No one knows this except me and Detective Gumshoe. Sister Iris, there's something strange about your version of events. Huh? Miss Donham throwing her staff away makes no sense at all to me.
But all you can do with the staff is hit someone.
Naturally, you wouldn't know this, Sister Iris, but the victim's staff had a special feature about it. As you can see, it's a sword. Ah, if Elise Donham really had wanted to kill Maya Fey, she wouldn't have needed to use a separate dagger. That one, she already had a beautiful blade in her hands already. Well, Sister Iris, what do you have to say? Godot, can you not do both of them at once, please? 236 and 57. That was an impressive bit of investigating, Wright. I never would have thought there was a sword hidden in that stuff.